Doing a double header tonight. I'm not sure. We'll see how we both feel after this race. So I'm going to go ahead and turn it over to Goody, let him introduce his broadcast, and then we'll get going.
Welcome, everyone. Like Whip said, we're on race 12 and possibly 13 if we do a double header tonight. I put that in the title, so I'm kind of committed. But I feel the Britain short will go fairly quick, and we'll be able to go from there. I probably should have thought of this sooner, but I have to take a bio break, so enjoy the music that's in your head, and yep. The girl from Ipanema. Okay, I'll be back in a minute.
Oh, hey, Yeti's still in here. Or
yeah.
Not Yeti. Are you gonna do commentary or?
No.
Oh, okay. Oh, there's other people in here.
Oh, that's an issue.
Nico Rosberg. Let's see.
Oh, Nico. He's one of the OBRC guys. Probably joined through.
Yes.
And another Canadian. We're all teaming
Canadian?
up against you. Yeah.
Damn it! You guys are multiplying.
It's the Great White North.
Ooh.
Damn it! They figured out which hole to stick it in. Fuck! We're screwed.
God damn.
The views represented by Whipcracker 503 do not necessarily represent the views of anyone else.
Of Canadians.
We personally do know what hole to stick it in. If there are teeth, it's the wrong one.
If it's brown,
I was actually
Yeah, if it's brown, you're in the wrong town.
Do you guys watch Jim Jeffries at all?
Yes, he is awesome.
He has a new special out.
He does.
And he was talking about how he thinks that there should be a wall on the Canadian border, and it should be like 3 feet high.
To keep the Americans out of Canada? I wholeheartedly agree. I mean,
we're a welcoming country. We're nice.
Yeah. Until we get you started talking about hockey or maple syrup.
Yeah, tree sauce. A good old game of skatey punchy.
Skatey punch.
Yep.
Oh my god.
I call it whack-a-puck.
Whack-a-puck?
Yep.
I call it ice fighting.
Yes, that too.
Yeah.
Or
and the funny thing is,
soccer.
Yeah, I've never been much of a skater, which flies in the face of, Canadiana.
Being a hockey fan.
I'm in the same. I'm not even a hockey fan, so I mean, there's that. So.
Yeah. Well,
Whoa, isn't that considered treason in Canada?
Blasphemy.
They don't know.
Growing up.
Oh, go ahead.
Okay, I make up for it with a really good shot, so.
Basically, when I was learning to skate, I have an older sister, and when we were both first learning to skate, she took to it without too much trouble. I had issues trying to stand up, and every time I fell, she would laugh at me, and it got to the point where I just didn't want to be laughed at anymore, so I stopped trying to skate and just never got back into it. And I'm not throwing her under the bus, because I still had issues with standing up and moving. I would be the one where the ankles were touching the ice, that kind of thing, where I couldn't hold my ankles straight, and I didn't like not being good at something. Normally
Yeah.
that would drive me, but and here is where I throw her under the bus, is that it's all her fault. Well, no, not all her fault, but
She
like
ruined my life.
yeah, well, I did not like being laughed at every time I fell down, and I felt if I went skating, she's just gonna laugh at me and make fun of me. Like, it wasn't just laughing; it would, full on bullying.
Oh, yeah.
Oh,
Well,
that's fucked.
Yeah,
that makes perfect sense. That's demotivator for anybody.
yeah.
It's,
And indeed, that would demotivate me to not skate anymore.
I'm,
I
I'm,
mean, well, here I'll tell you something that might, well, it might not make you feel better, but it might help a little bit. I didn't learn to ice skate until I was in high school. That's because I grew up in Texas, and there's not a lot of ice rinks around
Right.
Texas,
yeah,
especially that that have open skate. So they had like a lot of roller skating rinks and stuff like that. So that's where I got my fun.
yeah.
But I didn't learn to ice skate until I moved up to Portland, Oregon. And they have a skating rink in the mall that's year round in one of the malls that's in Portland. And the first couple of times I was on the ice, fell flat on my face and flat on my ass, like every 2 feet, pretty
Yeah.
much. And this went on for the better part of like 3 or 4 visits. And I don't know, about the 5th. But the ice is the only place that I can actually skate backwards.
Oh wow, yeah.
I can't skate backwards on rollerblades or roller skates. Can't
Yeah.
fucking do it. But
I
you
can
put me
actually-
on the ice.
Yeah, I can roller skate, or I could, fairly well. I had some trouble stopping, which is kind of a big problem. But
Yeah.
I would usually I would skate up to somebody and then just do circles until I lost momentum and got dizzy. But
and,
like, yeah, like I grew up in the 80s. So during the summer, early spring, late fall, we would have, like there was a roller rink on the edge of town, and I honestly can't remember what it was called. But
Oh, you used to do the roller discos, didn't you?
no, not roller discos. No, I said 80s, not 70s. It was basically like they would only bring out the ball during the slow or the couple skates. That's when they would bring out the ball and have it turn slowly with the lights down and stuff like that. But it would be almost every weekend. There were even school trips.
School functions and shit.
Yeah, but at night, like on like a Friday night, there would be
Cosmic skating.
it was fun. First kiss, all of that, all that happened roller skating. So it was pretty cool. Yeah.
That's cool. I had a date in middle school at the roller rink, so I know where you're coming from there.
Yeah.
I used to go hit up the roller rink every weekend, and every Friday and Saturday they had cosmic skating. So it was kind of like cosmic bowling. They'd have, all these fucking lights and shit, and they'd bring out the disco ball every now and then, and it was actually pretty fun. And they used to have speed skating competitions there for rollerblades and stuff. And
Okay. I'm looking at my
a few of them did pretty good.
yeah. I'm looking at my select team and driver, and your profile is showing up for your driver, but mine it says Goody 13, British driver, and it's Lewis Hamilton's face.
Oh, hi, Hamilton. How are you doing?
Well, hey Lewis, how you doing?
Like it should be the
How
Canadian
about that?
flag.
How about that?
Is it showing it on yours as well?
No, sir.
It
It
actually
says
shows.
Goody 13, Mercedes AMG, Petronas, and Canadian flag.
No, in the select team and driver, not in the lobby.
Oh yeah, it's showing Goody 13, driver 1, and it's got a picture of Lewis Hamilton.
Yeah.
Hi, Lewis.
Somehow it makes me think that I'm gonna get booted from it again. Like if I get booted, like what happened on Sunday for the race again, I will reset my modem and try again.
Well, how about this? Before we start, why don't you go ahead and back out of the lobby, and then I'll send you another invite.
Well,
see if that fixes it.
I've already started my broadcast, so.
Okay, all right then.
We'll just try it and go from there. I'm ready to go whenever you are.
I am waiting on you, good sir.
I think I'll take this time to dip out since you guys are going to be racing. I need a...
Alrighty then.
Because I am tired.
Have a good night, Yeti.
Thanks
Maybe you
for
can
dropping
do some
by.
commentary for us on Thursday.
Yeah, we'll see how I'm feeling. I got high temps this week, so if I'm not exhausted to all belief by the end of the week.
I know how you feel. We're supposed to be in the high 90s all week this week.
Yeah, that's where I'm sitting.
Yeah,
30,
I stay in the
40,
safety of my room with the low temperatures. Well, the mid to low temperatures. It's not really low. I'm still finding that I'm sweating my ass off.
You could say balls, it's fine.
Yeah, I know I can. It's just... Okay, good. I've made it into the paddock.
I mean, it's a great curse word, too. I mean, balls.
Yeah. What was his name?
It's my favorite character in Supernatural.
That's who I'm trying to think of. Bobby. Yeah.
Bobby Singer.
Bobby Singer, that's it. I kept flashing on Bobby Fischer, and I'm like, he's not a fucking chess player. He's a hunter.
Bobby Singer.
Oh.
Have you seen season 12 yet?
I've seen all but the last 3 or 4 episodes. I had them recorded on my DVR, but then had to delete them for space. Yeah. And I've just been waiting for season 12 to come to Netflix, and then I'll rewatch the entire thing.
Season 12 is on Netflix, good sir.
Or 13, whatever they're on.
No, 13 is on Netflix.
Not Canada, obviously. If it was, then I would have been watching it. Remember, I live in a different country.
Oh, yeah, that's true. Well, 13 got released the same day as 12 down here. So, and we weren't expecting 12 to come, or 13 to come on for like another year. Because they usually, the way they wrap it up is they'll have one season come out, and then they'll wait a year, and then they'll have that other season come out. Yeah. And then, so they put 2 seasons on at once this year, and we binged watched 12 and 13. And
like a rubber out on track. Try to take it easy for a couple of laps.
Yeah. They usually just they release ours first or second week of August, so that we can catch up the September premiere. I don't know if they plan it that way, but yeah.
Wait till you get into 13, my friend. Well, the last bit of 12 and all of 13, I will tell you this. I'm not going to spoil anything for you, but it's one hell of a mindfuck. Especially when you get towards the end.
The thing is, like, when you say stuff like that, then it ruins it. Because, like, if I'm expecting that, then I don't get surprised when that happens. That kind of thing.
Well, no, dude.
Like, I know you're not spoiling anything, but you are, you know, like, it's if someone says, "Oh, did you watch the, you know, the football game?" No, I didn't catch it. Oh, you should watch it. It's really good. It's like, okay, well, I'd rather, like, you know, when you first watched the football match, you didn't know it was going to be a great match. You just thought it was going to be another match, so you just took that away from me. You know, that kind of thing.
Well,
I'm picky when it comes to people doing stuff. Oh, I know you're not trying to. I'm saying it's me. Like, that's me that does that. That's why I always tell somebody, don't tell me anything about it, because, you know, it literally ruins things for me, because like,
well,
it's just all on me.
I put it the way I did, because I didn't want to reveal anything for you, and I'm not trying.
I know,
to, like,
and I'm telling you why I don't like that, but you're still arguing that that's how you do it. I'm like, but that's what I don't like. So, you know, I'm trying to be nice and polite and say, instead of saying shut the fuck up and let me watch it on my own.
Just put in the quickest lap of the
It's
session
basically,
so far.
I'm just saying that for me it doesn't work that way. I'm very picky when it comes to things.
Well, I will have to learn how to
listen.
Well, yeah.
Yes, I'm frisky tonight.
Someone's full of piss and vinegar.
Okay, what is my time? Oh, there it is, 47.8.
Ooh, 20 laps? No.
Was that when I did that the 43-second lap and posted it? Like, I was expecting you to reply right away, and it was like 3 days later, and I was like, fuck, I wanted it to be like a whole joke that when you said, how the fuck did you do that? And I'd be like, I got you, you know, that kind of thing. And it didn't work out that way.
Well, I mean, it worked out 3 days later.
Yeah. I just didn't, I wasn't about to, yeah, I didn't get to, you know, do the whole punchline kind of thing at the end.
Oh. Yeah, but I was still pretty shocked. I was like, wait a minute, at first I thought, I was like, okay, there's no way he could have gotten that unless he cut some fucking corners. And then I was like, you know what, dude, it's Goody, he doesn't do that, he never cuts corners, he's always clean, he's always consistent. He must have just had one hell of a fucking lap and just decided to gun it through every single corner and stay on the throttle and not even brake, and he just managed to keep it all on the track. That's what I had thought. And then you told me you cut those corners, and then my brain was shattered.
Yeah, well, normally, like with the rules and everything on, if you do cut a corner, it will invalidate your lap time. And because it went through as the fastest lap and not a red lap, you know, I was hoping to, you know, like trick you into thinking that it was all kosher. But yeah, I turned off the rules and flags and just breezed through one turn. It took me a while to time it right, to get the timing, like the turn, the timing where I didn't have to apply the brakes too much and still make a good turn. It took me about 5 or 6 laps to do it. My car is feeling very oversteery, and I'm just using the straight Britain setup, but I know when I was doing those times that I did change things, and I can't remember how I changed them. It's been such a long time since I've run. I don't know if I told you or not, but I've been playing Star Wars: The Old Republic the last couple of days. I haven't even looked at this game in almost a week since I posted that last lap.
Oh shit. So I've been doing nothing but practicing.
Oh, excellent. Like every time I stop, like I love playing Star Trek Online because I love the space battles that you can get into in that game. Ground missions aren't all that great, but it's the space battles. Yeah, but in the Old Republic, the ground, like, it's more ground than it is space-based, and I love that about Star Wars, but I don't like their space-based thing. So it's like when I get bored of one, I just go back to the other, and then vice versa. But the last time I stopped playing Star Wars, what was it, in 2016, was when Star Trek Online had that expansion with the temporal recruit, and well, it wasn't really an expansion as much as it was just a little bit of new content. But I stopped playing Star Wars to play that, and then started playing Star Wars again, and forgot just how much I loved that game. Like the voice acting, your choices actually mean something. It's not just scripted. That no matter what you select in a dialogue screen, you always come to the same conclusion, like you do in Star Trek. And when your character talks, you can actually hear them, like they have a voice, but they don't in Star Trek. And I love playing that game. I think I'm gonna broadcast some of my gameplay. I prefer playing a Sith as opposed to a Jedi, so I love being evil.
Well, I've been broadcasting Doom lately.
I've been watching them, yeah. Like not.
Oh, you're the one that watches them?
Oh yeah, like on almost all of your F1 videos, I'm the one who like I comment all the time, but I don't get any replies.
Well, I never get any comments. Like, the comments never end up going through because I go on the videos. Like, the one comment that I actually replied to is the only comment that I've actually gotten. I check all my videos for comments.
Oh yeah. Yeah, like I'm like a notification whore. I've got the iPad, and whenever I get whenever someone replies to one of my replies or to one of my videos, or a thumbs up or anything like that, I get a notification, and so I go and check. And sometimes you get into comment section arguments, which is like the most pointless thing in the world. But pardon me, like there was one where you know who Matthew Gallagher is from WFT1, right? X-Matty G in some of Ben's videos. Well, whenever someone types in Vettel's name, LE at the end instead of EL, he's like, who is this Vetla person? And like he just makes a joke of it. And so someone had spelled his name like that in one of the videos. I can't remember whose it was. And so of course I'm like, who is this Vetla person of which you speak? And and the guy replied and spelled it wrong again. He's like, he's an F1 driver. I'm like, are you fucking kidding me? Like, seriously, like, I know you can't get sarcasm on the internet, but if I'm watching an F1 video, I know who the fuck Vettel is. It's the fact
how to spell his fucking name right.
Yeah, so like he says Vettel is an F1 driver, he drives for Ferrari, and he spelled it wrong again. I'm like, oh no, I know who Vettel is, and I spelled it correctly, and I said, I just don't know who this Vetla person is. And he still wasn't picking up on the sarcasm. And then someone else replied a couple days later saying something like WTF is Vetla. And so I replied to him just saying, right? And then I put a couple of emojis after it. And then like a week after that, I don't know who it was, but they must have permanently had a stick shoved up their ass saying what was it? Something about you make fun of someone and then proceed to add emojis or something like that, and then he said, how stupid. And I'm like, seriously? Like, I'm stupid for I can't remember exactly what I said. It was something like seriously, just who are you white knighting in this situation? And
he's probably just being an SJW.
Yeah,
not necessarily a white knight.
And I know that's why I said white knight, because it was a guy who posted the original spelling error. It was another attempt at a joke that went sailing over their head, but it was. Oh yeah, I forgot I can drive right into the pits going slow. I'm so used to doing the career. What was it? Like the thing is I wasn't posting emojis after making fun of that guy. I was posting emojis for the reply that I sent to somebody else, and it was like, okay, are you white knighting the guy I originally talked to or the guy I just replied to? And I'm like, keep trying and maybe you'll become relevant. And that was it. And I expected to get such vitriol back from him, and no reply, no nothing. But I got a couple of thumbs up for it. But
shut down.
Yeah, I'm like if it was on one of Into the Barrier's videos, Scott, who also used to race with Ben and Matt, and I figured anybody who followed Scott would have followed Matt and know that he, always does that bit with Vetla, and that's who I was copying. I wasn't being serious when I did that. I was just doing a Matty bit, thinking that, you're on an Into the Barrier video commenting on it. You should know that bit and know that I'm not actually making fun of someone. And it was just, it was unbelievable. It's like, okay, maybe he just, yeah, like maybe he didn't realize, or it was his first time watching, one of Scott's videos, or I don't know, something like that. But it was just so weird. Okay, I think I'm changing my setup just slightly. There's more high-speed turns in this track, or in this layout. Adding a little bit of toe and camber. Every time I say toe, I think of camel toe, and it's just weird. I'm adding camel toe to the car. Yeah. Right. So you're about, what, a tenth faster than me right now? Something like that. I haven't checked the timesheet. Do another lap on the softs. Yeah, you're still out on the track. Okay. Live feed. Second in the speed trap at 313 kilometers. Oh, okay, you're 4/10. You put in an even faster lap than... Okay, you're on the supers. That's why. The last lap I saw you had done softs. That's why we were very close.
Indeed. Yeah, I know.
Then you go on.
I'm already at.
I didn't even
down.
I didn't realize I did 12 flipping laps. They just go by so quick. Title of my sex tape. Doing mid fuel level. I think I put in enough for 8 laps, and then back on the softs with a setup tweak. Now, would it be demoralizing if I went faster on the softs? I don't think it'll happen, but...
Pretty demoralizing.
Yeah. I remember that in Britain. We were on the long course a couple of weeks ago, whenever we did it. And they're like, okay, you're on the pole. You did it on soft tires? You asshole, or something like that. I'm like, yeah.
I couldn't fucking catch you.
Yeah. In the first stint that I did, I was doing it in standard. I didn't put it up into rich because I was testing my the endurance on the tires. So this one I might do a lap or a couple of laps in rich. Unfortunately, I'm behind. I don't know who I'm behind. Magnussen, maybe? Oh, Hulkenberg. shit. Missed my braking point and ended up dive bombing him.
Damn, I'm still 3/10 down. Fuck. I think I need to give it more camber
There's
and
4 laps of fuel remaining.
toe as well.
Yeah.
I just don't know how much I should give and take.
5/10 up coming
Because
into
I'm
the
almost
last.
all the way to the left on my camber and almost all the way to the right on the toe.
Yeah, that's kind of where I am.
So maybe if I just give it
I think I'm
all camber.
1 or 2 clicks away from all the way to the left on the camber, and the same on the bottom, on the toe. I'm still finding myself sliding through turns. Not all stable. I may have to do something with my arrow.
Fighting. I mean, I lowered the ballast from 7 to 6.
Yeah, I lowered mine from 8 to 7. Oh shit, NASA going defensive. Those laps are right off anyway.
So I've got my toes camber front and rear set for 330 and 180, and then my toe 13 and 44.
Can you check my speed trap numbers for me, please?
Absolutely. Hold on. Standing by.
You mess up one little sector and your lap is just completely written off.
Yep, you are third quickest at 195.
I get. What is your arrow?
Two six.
I'm 3-4. That would explain the disparity in our speeds.
Box this lap, please. Box this lap.
I might run 2.5, but I'm kind of scared too.
Confirmed. We'll receive you at the end of this lap.
I might switch to
I
2-4.
might run 2.5. You know what? I'm gonna go 2.42 because that's what I had it on for my practice actually.
Yeah. I'm getting a lot
I
of
actually had it running on 2.5, so that wasn't that bad actually.
yeah, I'm getting a lot of pad shake when I'm in turns, and it just feels like the front tires are sliding right through the turns. Mind you, I've been on softs.
What do you have your transmission set to?
Hang on. There we go. Slow flipping animation.
I have 75 on and 100 off.
I have 65 on and 70 off. I might change that to 70-70. I think that's... Yeah, I'm 330, 180, 13, 41 in the geometry.
Okay, the circuit is clear at the moment. We're good to
Yeah,
go.
330, 180, 13, and 44.
Oh yeah.
Actually, and then I have 886676, but I might get that down to 66 as well.
Yeah, I'm 475534 in my suspension.
Damn.
Alright. Going for soft or super softs.
All clear the garage, please. Car ready to leave.
Track is fairly unpopulated. I just go by a glance. If it's green, then it's good. If it's red, I try and wait till it goes back green. Actually, there doesn't seem like there are a lot of cars out there.
Alright. So you're going out on the Supers.
Yep. I got a bubblegum machine behind me. Like right on my gearbox. At least I came out ahead of it.
I'm gonna go out, try your setup, and set this on the softs.
Yeah, this configuration is like, it's so touchy on the different compounds. I've noticed that it's like if I do the same compound or the same setup on different compounds, it's like driving a completely different car. Mind you, like a change here and there makes quite a difference. Oh shit, I forgot to put it into rich. Oh well. I was wondering why I was going red. Ignore that lap. That isn't very indicative of a rich lap. Rich mix lap, sorry. Oh shit. Sauber comes right out of the pits and just fucks me over. Box this lap.
Understood. Stopping this lap.
Ruined my... Oh, wow. Still got grass on my tires.
Damn, I'm losing time.
Are you in rich or standard?
I'm in rich.
Oh, okay. Man, I set one fast lap because coming around that last turn, I went from red to green, so it was like 9,000ths of a second faster than my previous one. That's why I said disregard it, because it wasn't a true indication. And then I run into the back of barrel. Like, he came out of the pits so that by the time I got to what was it, turn 3, I was braking to the point where if I just stood on the brakes, I would have had to have swerved right out of the way in order to avoid a collision, and I thought I could slow down fast enough, but I didn't. I tapped him and ended up breaking part of my wing. It was only lime green damage, but still.
Shit.
Oh, I do have
Can't
another
even
set.
Good. 47.
Oh. Fast lap, take 2. Oh, and just as I click go out, your car comes in, so my guys are still sitting there not doing anything, yet my car is up and running. There they go. It's like sitting on the grid in Rich Mix, just pedal to the floor waiting for the red lights to go out, and they hold on to them for like 10 extra seconds. How much time's left in the session? Under
16.
10? Oh, wow. A lot more than I thought. That's good. This is my last set of supers, so hopefully I can get a quick lap under them. Shit, someone else is coming out of the pits. It's not you, it's, okay, good.
No, but I'm
It's
getting ready
Vettel.
to come out of the pit.
Vettel with a little bit of gamesmanship. And out of the pits right when he's one of his rivals.
Ooh, Magnussen with a massive lockup. You're gonna give me a tip.
Damn it. Lost all of that. I lost 4/10 just trying to get around Vettel in that last section because he went defensive instead of... Like, he was on an out lap, and he's defending me on a flying lap. I think the AI in this is just so fucked up when it comes to online. Like, you're on an out lap and you're defending. Just let that car go by. You're not going to lose any time. Well, I got no excuse on that lap. I just completely bottled it. I'm up 3/10, almost 3/10, going through the speed trap, and then those last complex of turns, I just completely lose all my momentum. Box this lap.
Okay, we can take you this lap.
I'm not at all comfortable with this car right now. Can't find the right setup. This is where the season could completely turn around. I've got absolutely zero confidence.
I've got the best confidence in the world, but I don't have confidence in this setup right now.
Yeah.
I think I might go back to my old one.
I wish I'd written the bloody thing down. When I did the 46 flat. I had anticipated driving, you know, the couple of days or the next day, and then a whole neck issue pops up.
Black Force.
I forgot to change my arrow. It was still 3.4. I don't have any more tires.
Like Forrest Gump says, it happens.
Yeah. I've got one more set of softs, and my mediums, but
All complete. Mechanics, please stand clear.
I could have put on my first set of supers, but I didn't actually complete a lap on. Well, I did complete one lap, sorry, but I did that whole. I spun, I think, twice on those tires. They were in better shape than the tires I just came off of. The one thing you have to watch, like there are some slow speed turns on this track, and if you put in like too much camber and too much toe, then you're gonna make your car holy shit, your car unstable for those turns, and it's such a balancing act.
I'm just gonna go out on scrub tires till the end of practice. I'm not even gonna burn my set of softs.
Oh great, my nemesis is right in front of me. And he turns across my nose. I tried to go up the inside, going into Abbey, and instead of leaving me space, he just cuts right across my nose. It's insane. Try and do a lap with using my fuel mix to help me in some of the slower speed turns. Get my car slowed down, no wheel spin.
We've only got 2 laps of fuel left. Box this lap, please. Box this lap.
An ass load of time going through that last set of. It's when you come off the straight and you've got that long high-speed right-hander. I'm scrubbing off so much time that I had close to 2/10 in the bag, and they were gone at the end of that turn. I think I'm coasting through the turn a little bit too long, not getting on the throttle quick enough. Oh, of course. I'm out of fuel. I just can't do anything right. And no, I'm not sandbagging or, you know, trying to do any head games or anything like that. I am truly struggling. I was hoping that the career race I was doing earlier was going to shake off some of the rust, but
Oh, don't worry, my friend. I'm sure somehow, some way, you will find a way to spank me in qualifying.
you're only 2/10 off of my time. You've got the first 2 sectors purpled. It's the sector 3. You dropped about 3/10. $316 kph for you. 200 seconds, sorry. Second. Looks like you're flying the Jamaica flag on your helmet.
No, it's just straight up green and black.
Which is 2 out of the 3 colors of the Jamaican flag. That's why I said it looks like it.
Oh. I just wanted green and black. I don't know why. I just felt like those were the colors to have on my helmet.
Yeah, I went with silver and aqua. Or more greenish. Green aqua and blue aqua. I tried to make it as close to the Mercedes colors. Because it's the...
Yeah, I also figured it was close to Mercedes colors, so...
Yeah. It's the profile I'm using for my Mercedes career and not my McLaren, so I'm back in the 13. I don't know, maybe that's what's doing it. I don't know. It's the first race I've done with 13 instead of 1 this season, so... I got to thinking that
with the 1 still.
Well, yeah, I started thinking that the 1 was like putting the 1 on the car was really pretentious. So I thought, no, that's not me. I don't like to be I'm not a showboat or anything like that. I just sort of blend into the background. And although driving the 13. Everybody always says, "Oh, it's a bad luck number, bad luck number." I'm not really superstitious. So. My sister's my sister's mother-in-law, when she was alive, and we would have those large family dinners at Christmas and Easter and Thanksgiving. Whenever she saw me eating with my left hand. She would stop eating, and she would tell everybody to stop eating until I stopped eating with my left hand. I had to switch to my right hand. She was like that superstitious, old world Greek woman. Barely had any English. She always called me Steve. Yep. No matter how many times we told her it was David, she would call me Steve. So I started responding to Steve for a while. But yeah, it was like she would slam her fork down and, do the cross with gesture or whatever. And I'd be like, what? Like, this was the first time it happened. I just sort of stopped and looked around, and the room went silent. There was like 15 people in the room. And a room, that full during dinner usually doesn't go that silent. And my brother-in-law would say, I'd be like, what's wrong? What's going on? He's like, you're eating with your left hand. And I'm saying, I've done that my entire life. Well, it's bad luck. Like, he didn't believe it was bad luck, but his mom did. So and we were in her house, so I had to try and eat with my right hand. And like after I think the third or fourth big, family get together, my brother-in-law convinced her that me eating with my left hand was not going to affect her in any way, but she still give me side eye every time I was trying to eat.
That's
so
funny.
Like one of the things that she would do in the winter is she would go down into the basement and blow out the pilot light on the furnace, and it would drive my brother-in-law crazy because she thought that's how you turned it off. Like, instead of using the thermostat up in the living room, to turn down the furnace, she would blow out the pilot light. And of course, that can lead to.
That could have dangerous consequences.
Yeah, well, I don't know. I don't know if there's.
Kind.
Yeah, I don't know if there's an emergency system set built into furnaces that if the pilot light goes off, the flow of gas is shut off automatically. It would make sense.
No, that is
but like whenever she did it, like she would do it before everybody got there because 15, 16 people in a room or in a house, the heat builds up really quick, so you didn't need to have the heat on. And but I would never smell it, but I'm assuming because my brother-in-law would always like yell and scream for her to not do it, but she would do it all the time. Like it's not that she wasn't learning, she was set in her ways. She thought, or she knew in her mind, that's how you turned it off. That's the fastest way to turn it off, which I guess in a weird way makes sense. But
I mean, it does, but it's not the safest way.
No, not at all. Oh wow, incident free. I spin twice, faced the opposite direction 3 times, and got no warnings. That's great. I'm very proud of that. Actually, yeah, I might. I'm proud of the fact that I don't pick up a lot of warnings. Although, I think sometimes it may be to my detriment because I kind of go a little bit slower. But, I think I've gotten into that habit in career because if you get if you get one warning, then you lose all those bonus points. All right, back in a minute. I think it might be worth considering for me to come up with some sort of stakeout bottle situation, even though that's really disgusting to talk about. But it's like stopping 2 or 3 times during a race weekend just for a bio break is well, it's also difficult on me getting up and moving around, but damn. Holy shit, Vettel was 3rd and he was on mediums. Oh, okay, no, he was on mediums when we called an end to it. He wasn't even on mediums. He was on softs and supers, but he finished on mediums.
Viewer.
Welcome to his
Thank you for joining the broadcast.
His broadcast, yeah. type in a message if you've got any questions or whatever.
Indeed. Although I think it's kick-ass.
Oh, cool.
It is
He always
kick-ass.
joins your streams and not mine. I feel so
I don't know.
abandoned.
Left out.
Yeah. I'm kidding, of course. Alright. Just in time for qualifying. Is this... I forgot to check. Was it short qualifying or one shot?
Oh, fuck. It's a short qualifying.
Oh, okay, good. Oh, good, good, good.
Hmm? Give me a minute. We'll spark it before the race.
Check's
Okay.
complete.
Set
We're
up.
ready.
One last
put in
chance to give it all we've got.
Yeah. I put in a banker. I'm not happy with it, and I might switch to super softs. Shit, 2 cars right in front of me coming out of the bloody garage. And I've got a banana behind me.
Oh, the McLaren.
The banana? No, the Renault.
Oh, Renault. What do you call the popcorn machine?
I don't. Well, I call the Force Indias the bubblegum machine.
Oh yeah, the bubblegum machine. That's what it was.
Yeah. Alonso on the ball. Yeah, short-lived as it was. That just sounds so rude, Alonso on the pole. He works hard for his money, damn it.
So you better treat him right.
Yeah. .46.7. Well, better than my practice time. But I didn't have max fuel settings. Box this lap.
Right, come in at the end of this lap.
God. I'm going like 30 kilometers an hour, and 2 cars, Massa and Raikkonen, like refused to pass me.
2 laps of fuel
I'm
remaining.
way off the racing line, and I was going like 30 kilometers an hour, and they refused to pass me. And I, like, what the hell is it with this game? Sometimes the AI defend going into turns in practice on an out lap, and then when they're just about to start their flying lap and I'm off the racing line to let them pass, they go slow to the point that Raikkonen drove into the back of Massa. Consistency, Codemasters, come on. Either make them really stupid or make them smart. But it can't be a mix of both. Unless you're Ericsson.
And then you just take him stupid as fuck.
Yep. Just blame it on Ericsson. First quickest, 317 clicks. Now you're in first. Damn. 46.6.
Okay, remember that the way the car handles
Box
is
this
all
lap.
about weight transfer. When you brake, the center of mass moves forward. When you accelerate, it moves rearward. And when you turn, it is pushed to the outside of the car. More load on each tire equals more grip. So make sure you're smooth with the controls to prevent the weight transfer from becoming too violent. All set. Everyone clear? Car to track.
Oh shit, it happened again. It shows you as a white dot on a white track instead of a yellow or a black dot, and I timed my release so that there was a gap in the cars, and now that it's all gone. I'm probably gonna come out behind a whole train of fucking cars instead of at the front. Like, I should have been out almost a minute ago. That is fucking ridiculous.
You were third quickest in the speed cuts. I don't even know if I want to go out and try and up your time if you up mine.
I went from the softs onto the supers. If this lap isn't feeling right, then I'm just going to bail and take my lumps on the softs.
.11.803 in the first sector.
.3 up.
.197 is still third quickest.
We've only got 2 laps of fuel left.
.5 up.
Great time. You're currently on pole.
The only problem is that just fucks up my strategy entirely. Like, it may have put me on pole, but I'm now on the same pit strategy.
Pitting this lap then. Come into the pits at the end of this lap.
Same thing might happen to you. I'm coming in. The guys staying out there are going to prevent you from going out.
Yeah, that's exactly what happened.
I don't think there are a lot of cars on the track, though.
No, it's clear.
Like, losing time going, like, in that third sector isn't all that crucial in the race, but for trying to set a fast lap, it is vital.
There's 2 minutes remaining.
2 minutes left. Yeah, I think you got time to do 2.5. Well, you could probably get 3 laps in. But I don't think you want to on those tires. Like, if you set a fast time, just shut it right down. Crawl back into the pits. That's what I tried to do. I was expecting to lose so much time going into that third sector that I wouldn't have, that I would have pretty much given up on that lap. But then I realized that I was on softer tires, so I was going to stay in the green. And by the time I made that realization, it was too late to back out. You got time to get one more lap in. 45 seconds now. I'm the only car that's not out there, so it's quite a full track. Well, you improved your speed trap time by one click.
Nope, looks like you're on pole. Again.
Now, the only difference is we're probably going to be scheduled to pit within a lap of each other, if not the same lap.
Double stack!
Yeah. You can go in first if it comes to that, unless one of us spins. I guess it'll depend. So I'm fairly good on my tires, but all that shit could change.
Okay, the first lap is always a bit hectic.
I could do a
Make sure you give
two-stop.
other cars a lot of room. We don't
I'm
want
coming
Okay.
on lap 6.
Yeah, my first lap, or my first pit, if I do a one stop, is on lap 10. That's when my
Mine's
stop
on lap
is.
9.
Good, and we don't have to alter.
Okay.
Because a two stop is almost 10 seconds slower.
I'm putting 29 laps in.
Yeah, I'm at 30 kilograms, 29.2 laps of fuel.
Okay.
Damn, I'm going to be at 55% when I come in on lap 10. I've got a 3-lap pit window. That is really stretching that stint. Holy hell.
Right, well, I'm ready to go if you are.
Let's see. Yeah, I'm ready. I changed my front wing. I went back to a 3-4.
fucking Vettel.
Oh, what happened?
Okay,
Did you
that's a
both
good
spin?
start. Keep it up.
Vettel came into me when I had the fucking line.
Oh man. How did you get a penalty when you got knocked off the track? That is ridiculous. The way they award penalties in this is just fucking ridiculous. At least you didn't get shuffled all the way to the back. Back up onto the podium. Way to go. Did you take any damage or just time penalty?
Just the time penalty.
That's, I guess, silver linings.
Race officials have enabled DRS. DRS is now available. Great work. That's a new fastest lap for the race. The gap to teammate is 6.2 seconds.
Shit, I'm starting to get that pain in my neck again. It might be like a tension thing. I don't know. Stress.
Use Baba.
Sorry?
Use Baba.
I'm not getting what you're saying at all.
Haven't you seen Anger Management?
The TV show or the movie? Oh wait,
Movie.
neither. Neither, sorry. I don't know why I clarified. I haven't seen either. Not a big
Oh.
Charlie Sheen fan, so
No.
watch the movie. Or
Charlie Sheen isn't in the movie.
I know. You cut me off. I know, you cut me off before I could finish what I was saying, so that's okay.
We're approaching the pit window. You'll be on the softs.
Pit window's coming up. My tires 36% on the most worn, and that's the front left. I might be able to stretch it another couple of laps. If you're willing to stay out, I'll stay out a little bit longer too.
I got 44% of my front left. That's already on.
Yeah. Yeah, on almost clockwise layout, that front left takes up the beating. Did you change your box and your pit window to 11?
No, I'm not lying.
Because I just heard that that your pit window is now open.
Yeah, that's because I'm coming in this lap.
So they usually say that it's open. Oh, no, I guess, do they say it's approaching? When you get within 2 laps of it?
Okay, the pit window has opened.
No, they told me
okay.
my pit window is open when it's the lap I'm supposed to pit.
That wasn't what I was asking, though.
Oh, no, I don't know. I really don't.
I guess I think they must say that your pit window is approaching
Pit in this lap.
when you get within 2 laps of your scheduled stop, like as a reminder or a warning or something. And then yeah, on that lap it says it's open. Oh shit! That's right, I am coming in for this one. Oh, that is really cool. You leave the pits just as I'm entering. Well, maybe not that close. I think you got that last message when you were going into turn 3, but
Complete, go now.
you weren't that far behind.
Oh, I was losing time, dude. I don't know how I am.
I think I went into full rich mix on my out lap, or my in lap.
Receive a penalty for dangerous driving
I
if you
think I'm
cross
not
over into the track.
positive. Ooh. Ocon and Raikkonen are probably going to pit on this next lap. On this one here. So I think you're still a net 2. I think I overfueled the car. I've got 4.15 laps of extra fuel right now. Oh shit. Oh, what is it with these Saubers coming out right in front? Ericsson again! Jeez.
Our gap to our teammate is 11.5 seconds.
I think they're trolling me. Coming out of the pits right when I'm coming down or coming into the final turn, so that they'll come out right in front of me. They're working on Ferrari orders.
just managed the gap to the car behind. We think he's got a time penalty.
Come on, Charlie, show him the blue flag. Oh shit!
You knock the front wing.
I go to the
inside.
I go to the inside to overtake Verline, and he goes to the inside to let me go, and I ran into the back of him. Like I made my move to the inside, going down the hangar straight, and going into that turn, he moves to the inside and completely blocks me off.
What a fucking cock.
So I've got a yellow front wing that I've got to try and nurse for the rest of the race, because if I pit, there's nothing I can do. If we had, if this was a 2-stop, then it'd be great. But it's only a 1, and I am now understeering through all the turns, and you're closing the gap by like almost a second a lap. This is going to be interesting. I can no longer take these high-speed turns flat out. Turn 1 at Abbey, I usually just go flat out through that. I have to lift off. What was that? Van Dorn.
Thank you for giving me DRS.
I think that's the first time all season that I've ended up with a damaged wing in a race. It's happened in practice and qualifying, but never in a race. Driver behind.
We don't currently have the data for that request. Our gap behind is 9.3 seconds. They're on old softs. I think they've got one more stop.
I asked for the driver behind, and he says we don't have data for that at the moment, and then proceeds to tell me right after that I have a 9 something second lead. Yeah, they told me the same thing, that you've got one more stop. It's like, that's not accurate at all. Grosjean. I think I had a planned 1 stop. Oh fuck, I'm coming up behind a lot of lap traffic. My only saving grace is that you will have these guys to go around as well, but they're probably going to make it easy on you. Alonso is defending Magnussen. So I had nowhere to go. Lap 17, if you watch my recording, I had the same kind of thing that that you had in Austria, where you had to split the two going into a turn. Very nerve-wracking. Raikkonen is down in 10th.
Work of Van Dorn. Oh shit.
Thank you for DRS, Hulkenberg. Okay. Okay, you remember when I said how much fuel I had left? It was 4.15 laps. I now have 4.6, and I've been using Rich. What the hell is going on with this game? Up is down, left is right, dogs and cats living together. Mass hysteria. 4.5 seconds behind me now. Fucking hell. The race is on. Just so you know, I'm going to be defending hard if you get right behind me. There's not much I'm going to be able to do but defend hard. But I'll do it as cleanly as humanly possible.
Distance to teammate, 5.5 seconds.
Did some funky driving that I had to slow down to a crawl just to figure out what the hell he was doing. It looked like he was defending going into Abbey, and then cut across the racing line going through Abbey. I think he was trying to let me go, but I wasn't close enough to him to actually overtake. That weird AI thing that they love to do. Telling me not to fight you because you have a time penalty. I'm like, yeah, but it's only 3 seconds. If you get by me, you're gone because of this wing. Oh shit, oh. There's only 4 laps to go.
Yeah, this time penalty is kind of irrelevant for me.
Oh boy.
There goes my man.
You burn up most of your excess fuel?
Yep.
That's where I now have 4.84. It's green, so I... Yeah. Like, I do change my fuel mix going into low speed turns, but I've been running most of the straights and high speed turns in rich. Did I say I switch it down to lean, or did I say rich when I do the slow speed? Oh no, I said fuel mix, okay. Yeah. Lean fuel mix in the slow speed turns, and then pretty much back up into standard and rich for the rest. This car must really be good on fuel and standard. Ricardo's got a problem? Or he just pulled off way to the side to let me go. I think he's got a puncture. You just drove past him like he was standing still. 3.6 seconds. Fuck.
Well, we're on the last lap anyway.
This is your final lap of the race.
How's that for beating my time penalty?
What happened?
My gap to third is 40.6 seconds.
Oh, okay.
We have 5 laps of fuel remaining.
5 laps of... I'm now up to 490. Like, it's telling me I actually have 4 laps of fuel. Like, Jeff is telling me that, and it's indicating that. How the hell is that right? Someone went into the pits. Oh yeah, it's Ricardo. I'm gonna say on the last lap. That's...
Woo, second place again, yay.
I felt like I was in Rich Mix for almost the entire race.
Here come our winning drivers then, out onto the podium at the end of a thrilling Grand Prix.
That crash at the end was kind of planned and kind of not, because I really missed that last turn. I went right over the curb and lost the back end, and then just floored it into the wall. I'm like, if I'm gonna go that way, I'm gonna go right into it.
Yep. Man, I think that's the closest I've ever gotten to you.
Yeah. What was it? It was 2 seconds. 5 with the penalty. 2.6 seconds. Damn.
Yep. Damn, I got fucking close, man. I was really trying.
If you had a real clean start, you would have won that race. I'm convinced, because of the that wing damage. Because I had like a 14 or 15 second lead when I came into the pits, and by the end of the race, it was down to 2.5 seconds.
Vettel didn't even get a penalty.
Holy shit. Oh yeah, he did. Oh, he got a warning. Sorry, yeah.
All
a warning.
was a warning.
Yeah.
All I got was a penalty and a warning.
Yeah, corner cutting when someone hits, that's just insane. That is flippin' ridiculous. So like, if I had won by like 2 seconds, then I would have said take that win, because that I don't think it was a warranted penalty. Not when someone collides with you.
No, it wasn't a warranted penalty at all.
Like I would have been completely happy saying, "Yep, that race is, or that win was yours."
No, man.
But only only if
you get this one.
if you'd won by 2 seconds or less, or just under 3 seconds, well, that would still be 2 seconds or less. That I would have said, "Yep, that race is yours." Like, completely disregarding any battles we would have had, because well, the battles change things, but on paper that penalty shouldn't have happened.
Indeed.
That's the only reason why. I'm happy to go Hungary as well. So
I am too. I just need to take a bio break, and I am going to end this broadcast real quick, and then I'm going to start up the next one. I'm going to go have a bio break and have a smoke, and then I'll be right back.
all right.
So, thanks for watching this one, guys. If you want to see what happens next, stay tuned for my next video. Round 13, Hungary. We're going all the way. We're going to do this. We're going to try and topple them. Let's get this going. See you in the next video, folks. Alright, I'm going to be right back. And I will... Yeah.
Now watch, when you get back, that's when I'll have to take my bio break. I think if we had gone one more lap, we would have been battling going through that entire lap. He probably would have gotten me on the hanger straight with DRS. Because there's just no way I could go flat out, or even in 6th gear going around that final turn. Not the final turn, but the turn at the end of the hanger straight. I can't remember the name of it. But yeah, I think he would have been able to take, probably on the outside, because I would have defended on the inside. But I would have definitely had to slow down, because I would have understeered right into the right side of him. So that penalty was definitely a shame. I tried to do a career at Hungary before we started, and I was just complete and utter shit around this track. I kept missing all of my my turn-ins, all my braking points. Ugh. This is going to be an interesting one. I don't know how much he has practiced Hungary. He did a lot of practicing in Britain Short, and it paid off. There's always the wild card with the AI. Okay, forgot he didn't finish that Britain regular. Oops. Austria, a 1-2, 13 Mercedes, a 1-3 double podium in Azerbaijan, a 1-2 in Canada, my home race. Vindication from last year. He's going to try and do the same thing in the United States, because he won in Canada last year, I won in America. So hopefully that gets switched around. 1-3, 1-3, 1-2, 1-2, a 1-4 in Bahrain, 1-2, and a 1-4. Last year, Whip, I don't know if he wants me saying this, but if you've been following our previous season, he crashed out in I don't know if it was more races than he finished, but it was close. This year he's finished in all but one, so I'd call that a hell of an improvement. Hell of an improvement. And he's been very competitive. Been fun racing with him. Whether we win or lose, it's fun racing with him. So he's not an obnoxious teammate or trash talking or anything like that, which I just can't stand. It pointless. It's absolutely pointless. I know it's trash talking is a lot of like head games and shit like that, but I don't know. I always thought if you need to use head games, then I don't know. It's not a skill as far as I'm concerned. But I guess some people do see it as a skill, but I don't. And if you can't win on the track, then you know. Okay. Sent an attachment. Yikes. Is that a cat? Oh my god. Cat getting frisky with a chicken. That's just all kinds of wrong. What is wrong with you, Robert? I mean, come on. What does it say about me that I'm still watching this? What the fuck? That's just seared into my brain now. Talk about head games. You are evil, Robert. You are evil. Wish I could show replays from like previous races and stuff like that. There we go. The select team and driver profile has come up correct before the race in Britain. It was showing my profile picture as Hamilton with a Union flag. So this is our list of remaining races. We got Japan short, USA short. 24 race calendar. We are halfway through. This is second half of the season. We had our summer break a little early because we were off for 3 race nights because of my neck. Couldn't hold my head upright. But that's mostly sorted. It's a little stiff right now, but it doesn't actually hurt whenever I move my head. Sorry if that noise came through the speakers. I was adjusting my headset. Well, it looks like the points are lining up like Noah and the Ark. Everybody 2 by 2, and then Grosjean has to go and ruin it. Okay, still 3 drivers without points. So there's still 300 points left on the board with the remaining 12 races. This championship isn't over yet. It's there's a long way to climb, but you know, it's not insurmountable. I think the second half of the season is going to be quite interesting if Whip keeps up that pressure from Britain short. It was nerve-wracking, but it was fun. I rue the fact that we didn't get to actually battle. Because who knows what would have happened. Like, if you guys watched Russia, that was our first taste of battling wheel to wheel. It was a little bit sloppy, but it didn't affect either of our races. You know, one didn't crash out or anything like that, and we didn't lose any positions. We were still 1-2. It was quite the interesting battle. And he's gotten a hell of a lot better since the fifth race of the season, because we did Bahrain short. It's always strange thinking that Spain wasn't our fifth race. It was the sixth. Monaco 7, Canada 8. Welcome back.
And I'm back.
Are you broadcasting again, or just back?
No, I'm just back like a bad rash.
Like herpes.
The gift's so nice you can give it twice.
Yeah. Oh, I just noticed Ocon has passed Perez in the standings, even though they're level on 54. Because I remember always seeing the two French flags, one right after the other, with Ocon being ahead of Grosjean. Now Ocon caught up to Perez, level on points, and now he has the
advantage.
7th place. Yep. It's a weird thing to notice, but I always notice the two French flags.
Well, welcome back, everybody. We are doing round 13.
Lucky number 13.
Hopefully, I can pull out something. I don't have a setup for Hungary, so this is going to be interesting.
Okay. So you were doing most of your practicing on Britain, on the short. Yeah. My career, I got 1 weekend ahead of us because of Britain short. So I've got a little bit of practice in Hungary, but it absolutely horrible when I was racing it earlier. I was missing all of my points. I forgot where my turn-ins were, and the setup is slightly different than the one I had saved, because I changed my setup at the end of I think FP3 for qualifying, and then didn't save it.
Oh no.
Yeah, so I have no confidence in that setup.
I have the F1 setups app, so I'm gonna go on there real quick. And 118 for a Mercedes, damn, that must be a time trial setup.
Yeah, most likely.
Yep, it is.
My Hungary was a 119.6, and that was in Q3 supers and max setting.
99 60 70 26 10 623 83 93 54
Yeah.
90 50.
Mine is.
That sounds like a decent setup.
Yeah, it differs wildly in the aero than mine. Like you said, what, 7.7? I've got a 3.5, but I don't know if I changed. I must have changed like to a 4.5 or 9.9. Wow. Yeah. That might be the one that I've got saved. I might have tweaked it a little. Well, no, it must have. No, I haven't. See, now I can't even remember, because I normally.
I might have a Hungary setup, but no, I don't, because I haven't even started the career.
With my setups, whenever I do a fast lap, I record it, and then I record the setup for it. And then, I just write it down in the notes on my iPad so that, I have it at a glance. And if I get a better time, then I will update it, just, so that I know what I can do. But that said at the end of Q3, so that must have been the setup. I may have saved it on my iPad, but not in the game. I can't remember. It's going to be interesting to find out if I did change it. Because that might have been why I felt so, like it felt so weird when I was doing the career race earlier tonight.
Mm-hmm.
Like I was just, missing everything. But whenever you're ready to go, I am
I'm ready.
too. All right. I finally got my my Mercedes career car. As far as the durability upgrades, I've got all the upgrades that I want, or for now for season 1, and I've got all the efficiency and like all 5 efficiency upgrades and 2 quality control upgrades. And now
Nice.
now I'm ready to just put parts on the or upgrades on the car every week. Just for the engine. I don't have any of the aero or chassis, but so I like getting to that point where every upgrade, or sorry, every weekend you're getting a new upgrade speed-wise. So it's just making a faster car or a fast car faster. Oh shit! Did I? Oh, I didn't.
Shit, I do not have a Hungary setup. Fuck.
I clicked into the setups and then looked at it. Oh yeah, it's a 4.6. I didn't update my setup. That's why it was so off during the race this this evening. I can run you through my setup if you want.
Yeah, what you got?
3.5, 75, 65.
We're looking at a dry session.
Let's see. Geometry is 320, 170, 1141.
Okay.
And my suspension 6464, 35.
All right.
And then the tire pressure 23.0, 21.1, and 7 on the ballast. I just realized once I start getting upgrades put on my career car, I won't be able to go by my career's setups anymore. Well, I'm only doing engine upgrades first, so I suppose I can still use them because I'm not changing the aero or the chassis. So it's just when I start making aero and chassis upgrades, then it's gonna change everything. I'm gonna have to actually do the work instead of being lazy.
The track is still green. Try and take it easy for the first couple of laps.
Going out on a set of softs. It's good that we have back-to-back races with the same tire compounds. That actually helps me. So I know what the tires can do, although obviously the tracks change. And this one does kind of chew up your tires more than Britain, even though Britain does chew them up on its own. It's weird, people usually think like lower downforce setups are aggressive. Like, they're not more aggressive, they're more speed inducive, but like if you set your aero high, then that means you can be aggressive, which I don't know, just seems counterproductive, or at least that's the way I look at it. Because
Indeed.
it's like, I think if you've got a lower downforce on the front and back, you can go faster on the straights, but it also means you have to be a little bit more careful in the turns, which doesn't seem very aggressive to me, unless I'm just, you know, completely overthinking it or whatever. But you wouldn't really say that a Monaco setup is aggressive, because you go like really high downforce. But I think on Monaco, if you do go with a lower downforce setting, that is aggressive, because there's not a lot of straights on that track, so that would be considered being aggressive. So I'll stop talking now.
No, I totally get what you mean.
Yeah.
It's weird how it's a little backwards like that.
Yeah. 'Cause I started thinking that myself. Like, a lot of my setups have like fairly low downforce, but I'm conservative when it comes to turns and shit like that. And I was wondering, like, how the hell it could be considered conservative, or how I could consider myself conservative when I have an aggressive setup. But like, I don't do like a 1.9 or something like that. That just seems a little out there for me. I know, like, that's the setup a lot of people use in league racing. Like, really, like a huge difference between front and rear downforce.
That's true, but a lot of those guys use wheels and...
Yeah. It's so much different. Yeah. Like on
we
the
also
pad,
don't race with as many assists as we do.
yeah.
Not that we're racing with that many assists as it is.
Yeah. Yeah, I've only got 3 assists. Sometimes I don't consider the racing line an assist, but it is. But yeah, like, I notice on with a wheel, the rear tires get more wear, whereas on a pad, your front tires get more wear. Mainly because with a wheel, it makes, you know, steering into turns a hell of a lot easier, and the rear tires are the one that wear, you know, at a normal rate. It just seems like the rears get more wear because the wheel is really good for front tire wear. And then I don't know why it is that pads, or that the front tires wear more on pads. Unless I answered it earlier by saying that it's easier to turn. Well, it is. It's a lot smoother on a wheel than it is on a pad for turning.
That's true.
Just completely messed up the S's. I just remember last season we did this with Cam, and like, we turned the damage down low. I remember you were going into the pits, and then at the last second you just decided not to pit and drove into the wall. And then when your car didn't get damaged, you're like, okay, I'm just gonna hit like, retire. That was one of those instances.
Yeah. Shit. I do not.
Did you get damaged, or just oh shit, almost fine.
No, I'm just learning the track and I just can't seem to.
Like getting the turn-ins and the braking points.
Yeah.
Well, like they do list this as one of the harder tracks. Like in the list of tracks, I think it's either like a hard difficulty or I don't think it's very hard or like listed as very hard. But it's deceptive. Like for being such a short, relatively short track, it's very technical. Very challenging. It's one of my favorite tracks, like Canada, and I love Singapore. I also like Russia, but I don't know, I think Canada is probably my favorite overall track. Not because I'm Canadian, but because I love it. Yeah, I think the only suggestion I would have if you're having an issue with the setup is change your downforce. Most of the other settings, like the spring rate and all that, is pretty good for the Mercedes because they've got a good chassis. But it's just finding that right, that smooth spot for your downforce. I don't know if you can hear that when it comes through the headphone, like that rattling.
Yeah, that's your controller.
Yeah, it's banging against my ring. It does that whenever it vibrates. I try and lift my finger off so it doesn't make that noise, but sometimes I don't notice it. And I don't know if it's annoying or not, so I'm never
I don't
quite
care.
sure. Okay. Does it come through loud, or is it just sort of like a background noise?
No, I can hear it pretty loud.
Oh. Yeah, I don't hear it all that often anymore, so... Oh shoot. I thought for sure I was going to get nailed for corner cutting on that one. Hello, dirty air. Thank you, Eric. I think he's turning into my nemesis now. He's... Oh, shit. Just damaged my front wing. I just didn't brake in time. Now he's going so
We're seeing
slow.
minor damage to the front wing. Be easy on the car till we get it repaired.
Going through
We don't
the
want to risk making this worse.
final turn. It seemed like he was going, like he was in neutral or something.
Oh, welcome to the broadcast, folks.
Oh boy, yeah, I've lost a lot of downforce.
Box this lab. Yeah, I know I did. Fucking Stroll got...
Did you knock it while going into the pits?
No. So this is what happened. We're coming into the hairpin and going into the final corner and stuff, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I have the line, and Stroll comes in my inside and knocks me around and spins me into the wall. I don't take any damage, but I took damage turning around.
I just got a warning. I'm getting so close on that one turn, but without the front left downforce. I made the turn a little soon, or a little early, and ended up just cutting the hell out of it.
He didn't even get a penalty or a warning.
Yeah, they usually don't give penalties for collisions like that unless it's a serious collision. It's mainly just warnings. And even then, like, I've seen more warnings given out in actual F1 races for collisions like that than they actually give in the game.
I'm thinking about doing a 2-5.
Yeah. Just damaged the front left even further. Magnussen, like, it was my fault. I didn't avoid it because he was in front, obviously. If I run into the back of him, it's all my fault, but it just seems like the AI love to just completely park it mid-apex. I guess there's no such thing as mid-apex. The apex is actually the middle of the turn. Box this lap.
Confirmed we'll receive you at the end of this lap.
Yeah. Holy hell. Even when I lift off, I'm just understeering through these turns. Two races in a row, I get a damaged wing. Although this one was in practice, but I don't see that changing for the race.
Fuel is
Reflexes
marginal.
are gone.
We're close to using up the load. Pit in within 2 laps.
Come up to a slower car, and instead
During
of
this lap, please. Box
slowing
this
down
lap.
sooner, I just hit my normal braking point and drive right into the back of them. 38% wear on the front left. We just did 10 laps. That doesn't bode well for the starting on softs. Alright, well, I'm going to take a bio. I'm going to put the camera on Whip while he's driving around, so that you're not just looking in the garage. Aw, you would have to pit now.
Well, no, because I took damage.
I'll be back in a minute. I'll just switch to a different point of view. There, they can watch Kippy. It's okay. I just realized that even if you came in, it would have switched to another view, so it didn't matter if you came in or not. All right, back in a minute. And I'm back. Your first quickest in the speed trap, 302 kph. That's the one thing I can rarely beat you on is the speed trap. I don't know if it's because I'm braking, you know, in the speed trap, or that, you know, my downforce is too high, or what. But you're, like, in the last race, I think you were 4 or 5 kilometers an hour faster than I was in the trap. Okay, do you have a PC?
No, sir, I do not.
Okay. I was going to ask if you wanted... I was going to ask if you wanted to, like, download and play Star Wars: The Old Republic. I've started playing that again, so it's fun playing with friends, but it's, you know. Okay, we just had somebody join and then leave. Benja Burgos. I don't know if he's in my friends list or yours. Probably mine. I usually just accept friend requests. But yeah, when Yeti joined the channel earlier, he's like, okay, so I saw the bullshit F1 chat and decided to jump in. I'm like, well, actually, no, it's BullWh1p, but for whatever reason, PlayStation thinks whip is a cuss word. So we've been dealing with that the entire year, and yet you're able to use your username. It just makes no sense.
I know. Quite annoying.
Yeah.
So far, our fastest lap is a 1:21.8.
Okay, you just passed Vettel for second on mediums. Bravo, my son, bravo. I'm gonna come out on some supers. Low fuel. Just let me know when you're gonna box, and then.
Oh.
What happened? Did you collide with somebody? 'Cause I had just switched to the overview and I was watching you go around the track just to find when I can come out, and then I see your car going straight at the end of the straight instead of turning into turn one, and then you went, oh! So I had like no idea what had happened, no context. Okay. Oh shit, I probably should have gone then. Damn it. Are you coming into the pits on
Yeah.
this? Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. You're at the end of actually the gap between you and the car behind you is like huge, but it's gonna close by the time you by the time your animation finishes.
I do like this setup.
Yeah. All right.
Yeah.
The closing speed on the cars in front of you is insane. Like, that's where I lost my wing both times, is that closing distance.
I know. It also doesn't help that the past few days I've been practicing either on 90 or
When you're ready,
100
let's
AI.
go.
Yeah. Oh shit, I timed going out and then a Williams just shoots past. Either that or these cars are coming into the pits. Yes, they are. Good.
Oh, excuse me.
Remember to change your fuel load?
Yes, I did.
Good, good.
I put 7.5 left of fuel.
I think I did like 5 and
There's 4 laps
change.
of fuel remaining.
It's gonna be a very short stint. Well, I gotta start backing up. Oh, Vettel overtook me for a second. I hope that car in front of me is going into the pits. It is not. Shit. huge difference between the softs and the supers on this track. I mean, I'm already 1.5 seconds up on my my previous best on the medium or on the softs. I'm almost close to 2 seconds up now. I am now 2 seconds up. 1:19.7. This time I'm going with the DRS opening after turn 1. Box this lap.
Understood. Stopping this lap.
Oh shit, I'm the only one who has a warning in this session.
Shut up, Jeff. I hate you sometimes, Jeff.
You tell him to shut up for telling you how much fuel he has left, and then he goes ahead and tells you that you need to box anyway. It's like, what's the point of telling him to shut up when he just doesn't shut up?
I know. It's like I tell him to shut up, Jeff, and he's like, "I'm sorry, what was that?"
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
It's like he's mocking.
Yeah. That's the way I feel whenever I ask something and he's like, "Sorry, we didn't get that," or "There was a lot of static." It's like, no, there wasn't. It's just built into the game. Like, sometimes they just don't answer, but that's stupid. Although I do like on some tracks when you get like to the furthest point away from the pits on the track, you get static. I like that. That's a nice little bit of realism added in. Ooh, Sauber just locked it up. And especially when you go under an overpass or like through a bridge, like in Monaco.
So far, our fastest lap
It gets
is
all
a
staticky.
1 minute,
That's nice.
19.7.
I do think that is pretty bitchin'. I love tacos.
Soft or crunchy?
Any kind.
Yeah. I refuse to eat crunchy because I'd rather eat my food than wear it. Because it always ends up everywhere but my mouth. Well, I get a little portion of it in my mouth and then... I don't know. I just... I like wrapping my food up. It's easier to stick in my throat hole. You gonna do another run on another compound, or?
No.
Okay, just so it's in your mind, if you have us make a setup change and you don't like the feel, don't hesitate to
I'm
come
just
back
gonna
and
run
undo it.
this.
You can save any
Okay.
setups that you like from the tablet, or you can
I'm
always use one of
I'm
the
happy
presets
with my
the team has built from our simulation data.
my information so far. So if you want to retire to get to the next race, I'm all for it. Oh, sure. How'd you get third or first? That's weird. At least that's what it said in mine.
You know what? There's...
Yeah, just over 6 minutes left. I retired on the assumption that you were as well. If I'd known you were going to go out again, I wouldn't have retired.
I'm gonna try one more thing.
Okay.
And if I don't like, well, if I don't like how it does in the installation lap, then, or on my out lap, then I'll just retire. Nope. Damn, you're the only one who got a warning.
Yep.
I think that's a little unfair how they do that. I don't like how they just delve up penalties all willy-nilly.
Yeah, well, if they'd hit me with a penalty, that would have been... that would have been brutal. All I did was cut a corner. If they invalidated the lap time, that would have been fine. It wasn't an egregious corner cut. It was the limit.
Checks complete. All personnel be aware, we have a car leaving.
Fox this lap.
Okay, we can take you this lap. You have 2 laps of fuel remaining. We're low on fuel. You'll need to return to the pits within the next couple of laps.
First quickest, 304 kilometers an hour. And you've got first and third sector bests. Only 0.175 seconds.
Our best lap so
behind.
far is a 1:20.2.
Thank you, sir.
Yep. I got it in sector 2. I did a 28.899. You did a 29.329. If not for that second sector, you'd be sitting in the provisional pole. 5 minutes left if you want to do another lap.
Yeah, I think I got time for one more.
Yeah. Only 5 cars out on the track. And 2 of them are coming in, so you should have a fairly clear run.
If you start to suffer from oversteer, come in and let us have a look at the setup. You will get oversteer if the rear tyres lose grip before the front. Usually this will be coming from a lack of rear downforce or an overly stiff rear suspension.
Well,
But a
folks,
little tweak with negative camber or
we'll see
toe-in
if I
can
can
also help with
out-qualify
this.
my teammate. Still second.
I thought for sure you were going to
Even
get
with
an
that
invalidated lap going through that chicane.
No, because I had obvious oversteer.
Yeah. .83 1,000ths of a second. That's the difference.
Oh well. It's gonna be a close race. And boy, howdy, I tell you, my hands already fucking hurt.
Yeah.
Have fun out there today. Good luck.
Jeff just told me to have fun out there. He said, have fun out there. Good luck. Okay. Nothing more you can tell me? Fucking hell, they've got me set for a 2-stop.
Yeah, so do I. Super soft, super.
Yeah, I'm
9
soft.
and 24.
Yeah, I'm soft, super, super on 13 and 24.
Might have to change that.
50%.
Or I can do
55.
soft,
Ouch.
super soft, soft, super. Come in on 6, 16, and 27.
I changed mine. I'm coming in on lap 14 and 25.
Okay.
So I was fairly easy on my tires in the last race. I probably could have stayed out a couple of more laps. Originally, it was my wear was supposed to be 50% on the softs with 13 laps, and then I changed it to 14, and it went to 54. So it's not that big of a difference. I can always make a change if something drastic happens in the race. Like if I get damaged and have to come in for a new wing, I can go soft, soft, and then super, and that will change everything.
How many laps of fuel are you putting in the car?
38 flat, 57.1 kilograms. You gonna put in an extra lap of fuel?
Probably.
Yeah.
Alright, I'm good to go.
Yeah, I was thinking of changing my front arrow, but I like that setup, so I'm ready to go too. Oh, wait a minute, before you push the button. Never mind.
Fuck.
Oh well. I'll hold it.
Start was okay. Now stay alert. The threats around you.
Yeah, close the door on me on the outside. I give you like huge amount of space going around, and I got forced off the track.
I wasn't trying to force you off the track, I was...
Oh, I know.
Oh shit.
Just got a face full of dirty air going through the S's there. It was right on your gearbox, right up until that, and it's like, fuck. I got hit with a brick wall.
No!
Okay, clear.
They want you to go on mediums. Never mind then.
Okay, entering lap 3 now. DRS has been enabled.
I don't even know what the fuck happened.
Your tires picked up a lot of dirt when you went off the track. No grip going into the next turn. Either that or your tire hit the curb. That curb loves to unseat cars.
Well, that's my fucking race.
Still 33 more laps. If you put on mediums, then you'll skip over a lot of people's pit stops and gain track position. But if you put on supers, then yeah, it'll be
That was
difficult.
the fastest lap of the race. Keep this up.
My lap time was 1:23.458. Couldn't have slowed down for that extra 0.002 to get a nice time. When I was behind your car, when you went around, I had a pucker factor of 9. It was just, I wasn't sure where to go. I wasn't sure if you were going to slide across the track or what. And I'm like, oh shit. Like, that would have been horrible if we both got collected into that.
I know, I would have been pissed. Well, I still am kind of pissed.
Yeah, you're on mediums now, or softs, right?
No, I'm going on the mediums.
Wait, you're going in?
I'm gonna get them. Yeah.
Holy shit. You would have had track position on those softs. You'd have probably...
No, I won't have.
No, you would have if you'd stayed out. Because they all would have gone on to, like, they would have gone into the pits, and you would have gone on maybe 7 or 8 more laps after they had pit, so you would have, for a while, probably would have been in the top 10, and then when you came in, you could have switched to the mediums and gone the rest of the race, while they had one more stop to do.
I just got a 5-second stop and go penalty. Fuck that. I'm done.
You probably could have salvaged points out of this race. I know a win would have been off the table, but points were still there.
I could have, but I think I fucked things up with that stop. You were right, I might have really fucked things up. I was definitely just racing in anger.
Car really conserves fuel in standard. Like, I set it to you know, just over 3 laps. No, actually it turned out to be just under 3 laps of fuel, and I'm now at 3.22. Like I used rich mix off the start, and that brought it down to about 2.87, something like that, and then put it into standard. Definitely won't be racing a lot in standard in Belgium next week or on Thursday. Just hope I finish Belgium this time around.
Well, since this is round 13, do you want to take our mid-season break?
I kind of figured we did that when I took 3 races or 3 race days off with the neck injury. But if you want to take a break, well, either way, it doesn't matter. If you want to, like, how long were you thinking?
Maybe a week.
Okay, no problem. Because you've been so understanding about my my issues, you can take as much time as you want. I'll leave it entirely up to you.
We might have to wait a bit to start season 3.
Yeah, I figure we'll start season 3 on 2018.
Well, not only that, but we'll have to wait a bit to start season 3.
Okay.
Well, actually, when is 2018 supposed to come out?
We're
August
approaching the
24th.
window. You'll be on the Super Softs.
Okay. Well, we will definitely have to wait a bit to start season. Well, actually, we might not. But if we do start season 3, we're gonna have to really push through the race weekends because once October comes around, I will be gone for a month.
Okay. Yeah, it's probably best if we start the season after you come back. That way there's not a huge gap.
Indeed. Because, yeah, I don't know if I told you that. I am moving my mom from Washington to Texas.
Oh yeah.
So, I think like the
Road trip.
20th. Yeah, the 20th I'm flying up there with my girlfriend. We're gonna fly into SeaTac, and then one of 2 buddies might come and pick me up, or pick us up. Take us out to Everett, and then hang out with us for a couple of days, go back to doing what they're doing after we've loaded up the vehicle. And then a couple of days before my birthday, we'll take off and go down to Arizona and see my kids. Spend my birthday weekend with my kids, and then see my daughter off. Well, see the kids off to school the next day. We're on the road in Texas.
Well, the time off will give me a chance to get really good at 2018.
I know, I'm so little time to prepare.
The only difference, well, Paul Ricard and yeah.
Paul Ricard I'm really looking forward to, and then Hockenheim. I want to see how fast I can go around that bitch in this car.
Yeah, I'm honestly, I'm not looking forward to Paul Ricard just because of the way the track looks. I'm gonna be all confused as to where my turns are gonna be and all that shit.
I'm pretty sure they'll have it laid out for the game.
Oh yeah, there'll be a racing line, but like I wanted to start playing the game without assists at all, but I still don't think I can do. I don't think I can do no traction control because the controller is just same with ABS. I have to set my ABS at 50%, or not my ABS, or my brake pressure at 50% in order to prevent lockups. Because even if I just barely pull the trigger, it locks up. That's one of the main reasons why I haven't been able to get rid of those two.
I will say this. I did do the all this is off race, and I pulled a 52. Well, I pulled a fast lap on pretty short. It wasn't all the assist stuff.
Yeah.
I got the fastest lap.
Yeah, I ended up finishing 4th, I think, when I did that with no assists. The
I finished first, actually.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Release.
What was the AI set at? 0? That's what I did.
Yeah.
I couldn't. Like, it was such a struggle with the wheel spin. I had to flash back so many times. It was brutal.
I did too. I'm not gonna lie, I did too, especially on the start.
Yeah, the only trophies I need to get the platinum on this are 2 online things. Get level 25, reach level 25, and then reach level 50, and then I've got all of them. And I'm on level 16. I'm not even gonna bother going to 25. Not with all the dirty drivers. And even just me actually playing online is a victory in and of itself. Because I hate driving against humans. They're just so dirty. It's insane. Like, you see all these YouTubers who record it and then call out dirty drivers. It's like, well, they're a dirty driver to get on YouTube. Like, if you didn't, like, if all these, dirty driver YouTubers didn't record the race and make videos, they wouldn't run into nearly as many dirty drivers. They are still aplenty, but you wouldn't have the same drivers following you in every lobby.
Indeed. Holy shit, it's 1-1.
Yeah, and some of the things they're going to be introducing in 2018 is an online licensing system, where
yes,
kind of like the GT Sport has. Oh, what the hell, Ericsson? I don't know if you were watching that, but he cut right across my nose. That was insane. Luckily, was able to slam on the brakes, or I would have had the front of my nose taken off.
Yeah, I like how they're going to do the licensing system, and also they're updating their penalty system too.
Yeah, I like the whole post and pre-race interviews. Like, it's not like they were saying it's not going to happen every weekend, but they will. It'll be like in career where you have goals that you have to reach, and they'll ask you a certain question, and you'll have to do that in the race or something. I don't know exactly what it'll be like, but it's going to be a lot more. Shit, did he just hit me? No, he didn't. Okay. Felt like the back end started to go out. But yeah, it's going to be a lot more interesting than just the boring race weekend. Doing the practice programs is pretty cool, but there's no real variety in the things that you have to do. I just hope that they give you like a franchise type mode where you get to create your own car with your own sponsor and all that shit.
Yeah.
Like, I brought that up. There was a YouTuber who was asking what things they would want in, or like what his viewers would want in 2018. This was a couple of months ago, and I brought up the point of having like a more in-depth career with you know, different sponsors. You get to choose your sponsors, and he's like, well, that could never happen because they would have to pay the sponsors. And I'm like, wow, you are so short-sighted. You can't even think of the fact that they would come up with fake names for sponsors. Like, you don't have to use real-life sponsors. They could just, you know, call anything. Like, make any kind of a sponsor. And it's like...
Yeah, like that could have a whip cracker card.
Yeah, like, he completely dismissed the entire idea because in his narrow view, he couldn't see all of F1's sponsors or all of the real-world sponsors not being used. And I'm like, holy hell, like, it doesn't take a genius or anything like that. Hell, I thought of it, so it obviously doesn't take a genius. And I wanted to like walk him through it like a child, but it's like when I replied, I'm like, well, you don't have to use real world sponsors. He's like, it still wouldn't work because you wouldn't be able to get the sponsor's permission. I'm like, did you not hear or read where I said you don't have to use real world sponsors? It's like, Jesus Christ.
Yeah. I totally get what you're saying though, dude. That would be like a wicked idea for them to do. If they don't put it in 2018, they should definitely put it in 2019.
Yeah. Like, make it like NHL or, you know, Madden where... Oh, someone's out, Stroll. Where,
Green flag. Caution.
Oh.
The virtual safety car is out. Reduce speed and maintain a positive delta.
BSC. I'm glad the full safety car didn't come out. Although that would have helped you. At one point I was thinking, how can I bring out the safety car? How can I bring, without wrecking myself, how can I bring it out? Like when you were right behind me? Because then I would have let you go right through so that you were in front of me when the safety car came out and you'd get your lap back. I'm like, there's no way I could do it without spinning someone and possibly getting disqualified or penalties or shit like that.
VSC ending, we're going
oh shit!
green. Maintain positive delta until the green flags.
He tells me the VSC is ending and my delta was red. Okay, we got 6 more laps to go before my pit stop. Oh, like a glove. I've been practicing my dive bombs in my career practices. I'll just come up, like I'll stay behind a car intentionally and then dive bomb them into a turn.
Trying to pull a whip cracker, eh?
Well, I actually pull it off without hitting them, so no. Yeah.
I only hit you.
You need some aloe vera for that burn. But yeah, obviously I was just kidding, but
Hey, to be
yeah.
fair, you just said you didn't give you enough room on that one.
Which one?
On the one in Russia.
Oh, that so I didn't catch what you said at first.
I said, to be fair, you even said you didn't give me enough room on that one. Or was
I think that was a different one. Yeah. On the dive bomb that where we collided and I ended up in the wrong direction. I was defending to the inside and you went even further inside instead of going around the outside. I think the one where I think it was on lap 1 when you made the lunge going into what is effectively turn 1 but is actually turn 2. It's stupid the way they call that kink turn 1, but yeah, that one, unless I'm thinking of a different ray, I don't know. I'm starting to get a vibration on straights. I don't know if that was just weird. Like coming up to that that chicane, I was driving in a straight line and the controller started vibrating. I hadn't applied the brakes or anything like that. It was like a minor little vibration, but it felt like there was something. I thought someone had actually hit me. That's why I checked the mini map and there was no one there. Yeah, I finally got the RS. And Ocon is defending.
Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. That's bad. But you got DRS.
And then he just puts on the brakes right in the middle of right in the middle of the turn. I'm almost up to 4 laps of extra fuel. This thing sips fuel so well. Holy! Mess up one bit of the S's and it just multiplies all the way through. I like having my my fuel switch on the right thumbstick, so I don't have to take my left thumb off the stick to hit it with the D-pad. I can change fuel in the middle of a turn without worrying. Jeff just told me that I was pulling out a second a lap on Vettel.
Damn.
Coming to the end of the life of these tires, though. He must be coming up on that track. It's the only thing I can think of. probably do three more laps on these tires. The front left is at 40%. Right is 35, and then the backs are 31 and 28. If I do go another couple of laps, that'll save my last stint. I won't be worrying about overworking them.
Oh, whoa. Coming up on this step real quick.
Yep.
Pit in.
I'm gonna go one extra lap. I'm gonna do it in Richmond's.
Remember, box this lap. Keep an eye on your distance to the speed limit line as you approach, and make sure you don't speed.
Oh shit, I just missed it. I wasn't thinking. I had tunnel vision. Box this lap.
Right, come in at the end of this lap.
Oh, 50% on the front. Left. 43 on the right. 39 on the back. Left.
Okay, car behind is now running the super soft tyre. That's the super soft on the car behind.
Devil just came in the pit. Just left the pit.
Man, hopefully I have another awesome day at work tomorrow.
Yeah, that was a hell of a sale.
Yep. It was a door.
Oh yeah? 17 grand for a door? Oh.
With 3 window panes.
Oh shit. I was
Exit
taking
now.
a drink of water when I went into the pits. I forgot that I've got it set that I have to manually release.
Okay, stay clear of the white line on the exit. You'll receive a penalty for dangerous
So it's
driving
gonna
if you
get
cross
3
over into the
triple
track.
pane glass panels in it. Custom built doors. And then I got a patio door going out sometime soon. And or 15 window house. Going out tomorrow. I got 2 going out tomorrow. One's a 15 window and the other one's like 5 or 6.
Caution, caution.
Lost another
I
driver.
think Bud
Okay, clear.
Yanny Rick.
He's not having a lot of luck in these past 2 races. It's a puncture on the penultimate lap, and yeah, and then well, you had a hell of a recovery drive in Britain. That was a very nice job. Oh, I just bottled that turn.
Just so you know, we're getting some strange readings from a couple of the sensors. I don't think you need to be worried. It's just some bad data, so keep doing what you're doing, and I'll let you know if we notice any genuine problems.
Oh shit, Jeff just told me that they're getting weird readings from some of the sensors on my car. Oh man, if I get a DNF because of mechanical issues. I'm gonna check my Okay, there's not a lot of wear. Like if I get another DRS malfunction, like it happened in my career race, not in the Britain race. But
You did get a DRS malfunction a couple of races you know about.
yeah, can't remember which track it was.
I think it was Austria.
Alright, that's just like
So, what are your thoughts on Hockenheim?
I was so looking forward to watching it again. I loved racing it in the 2016 game. That long straight was just, it was awesome. I've got the DVR set up to record, well they list it as FP1, but it's usually FP2. Canadian stations are kind of dumb when it comes to showing F1 races. Like right in the middle, instead of cutting to commercial, they'll do a picture-in-picture with the race in a small window, but they'll remove the sound from the race and play the sound of the commercial instead of the other way around, which I think they should do. They should have the sound of the actual race, and they always seem to do it when the team radio comes on. It's like, that's what I want to hear, and they always tend to go to commercial. And their commercials last longer than normal commercial breaks. It just pisses me off.
I know.
I almost hit Verstappen there.
I saw that. That was pretty close.
Yeah, I'm surprised I didn't get there. Like there wasn't any contact, and if there was no damage. Nothing popped up on my screen. So.
Well, Well, I'm gonna go take a bite and I'll be back.
All right. More to go. 3 at the end of this lap. Across the Southerns again. A double overtake coming into the chicane. That could have ended in tears.
There's 5 laps of fuel remaining.
Fuel to run, which makes the rest of the race. Thankfully, this is not a career race. The engines for practice for qualifying and for race. So definitely would not be running rich in a career race at this stage.
Oh hell no, you wouldn't be.
I'd just kiss the MGUK goodbye if I did that.
Indeed.
Driver behind.
The gap to the car behind is 50.5 seconds.
50.5.
They're on old super softs. The time last lap was a 1 minute 23.3. Our gap behind is 51.4 seconds.
Welcome to the broadcast. Or is that you?
No, I'm still broadcasting.
You joined us fairly late in the race, but if you want to ask any questions, feel free. I'll be able to answer them if I possibly can. But if not, thank you for joining.
This is your final lap of the race.
I haven't said anything else about fixing that gremlin in the system.
Oh yeah.
I said something about it. It was like a false reading or something. They'll let me know if anything real happens. Actually adds a little bit of realism, which is appreciated. I wish during the career that your car could break down, even if you're, even if the parts are still in the green. They would just fail. Like they've got down the whole upgrades fail and all that, but they don't have, like, once the parts on a car, they're infallible unless you drive the snot out of it. I just wish it would be a little bit more realistic where... Yeah. Like, granted, if it happens on, like, the last or the penultimate lap of a 100% race, it would be annoying as fuck. But, oh, wow. I thought I hit that wall hard enough to break the suspension, and all it did was throw the front wing into my face in the camera. Like that was a pretty hard on, or not hard on, but a hard hit into the wall, and all I did was bounce off of it.
And it's great to see them make their way out onto the podium.
I'm going to lose some points to Ferrari, but I think we're still strong.
Yeah, dude, it's not even gonna hurt us.
Yeah. I think they gained 7 or 8 points at the most.
Yeah, but they're like 186 points behind us.
Yeah, so it's a 33, 8 point, no, 7, 6, oh fuck, my maths is just horrible. 8 points,
Dude,
that's it. 8, okay.
I think you've already got the championship in the bag.
That may be why he said to have fun instead of giving me like information.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I haven't won the drivers, but the constructors, we've got a very healthy lead.
Yeah. Well.
Yeah, Van Dorn still without any points.
Yup.
Yep. Thanks for the double race, and hope y'all enjoyed watching it on tape. Yes, I'm old. So yeah, thanks for watching, and stay tuned for Thursday when we take on Spa. It's going to be a Spa weekend.
Oh, nice pun there.
Yep,
That's
yep,
a bad pun.
Yep. Oh, and now we've got the... Holy crap. Perez picked up 10 points in that race. And
nice.
Ocon didn't finish. So it's back to a double France flag. Well, anyway, thanks for tuning in. And we'll see you next time. Peace, guys.